Hey guys, in today's video we're doing another episode in my Halloween series and we're going to be talking all about special effects bloods. So if you want to see about them, keep on watching. So first we're going to start by talking about the textures and the different types of textures. So generally there's three different types of textures of blood. You have runny blood, which is one of the two most common. You have thick blood, and then you have spray blood. So let's go in order, I guess. Runny blood's probably your most common because it's also your most diverse, because you can use it to fill wounds and you can use around the wounds and to drip especially. So you can kind of do it all with runny blood, but there are advantages to using this in mix with other bloods. But when it comes to runny bloods, Ben Nye is definitely my favorite brand. So it's runny, as you can tell. It's pretty runny, kind of just like the same texture of syrup. So when I open my runny blood, I'll show you guys kind of the texture. As you can tell, it's quite runny. The next, second most common blood you'll hear a lot about is thickened blood. This is coagulated blood, scab blood, thickened blood. It's all the same. But this one, once again, Ben Nye. My two favorite brands for thickened blood is Ben Nye and Mayron. So this is Ben Nye Fresh Scab, and I don't have a lot left in it, but it is completely thick, like, I don't even know what to compare this to. It's literally like thicker than toothpaste, if that helps. So I'll just take a Q-tip and show you guys. It's literally very thick. When you look at it, and even inside the pot, you can tell it's super, super thick, so wherever you place it, it's going to stay right there. With this type, because it is so thick, it really helps to add texture on the inside of wounds, because sometimes when you don't have the time or don't have the skill, or maybe it's more beginner friendly just to do a simple wound and without filling it with any type of texture or anything. So when you just put a bunch of scab blood in it, it just adds a lot of texture and can help it look more realistic. And the last type of blood is not a necessity. You really don't need it because you can perfectly make liquid blood do the same thing that this blood does. This is spray blood. This is the one I got from Spirit Halloween. I bet you can find different brands and better products that work better than this one, because when you get cheap bloods, they're going to stain most likely, and better quality bloods won't stain as bad because they're made with better ingredients. But this one, when you can tell, I'll show you how to spray it. I'll show you what happens when you spray it. It sprays, oh, I think I just got that everywhere. So it sprays pretty fast, and it sprays out in a jet type of a spray, so it's not gonna go everywhere, which is kind of a con, because when you spray it in one place, it just doesn't look as good as if it splattered everywhere, which is kind of the effect that you'd want when you're spraying blood, is to make it look like sprayed and splattered. This blood doesn't do that. Once again, different products are gonna have a different nozzle and will be different than this one. But that's how that one works. This is not really a specific texture blood, but it is a different type of blood. There's a fourth kind of blood, sort of, is edible blood. So this one I bought off of Amazon. It's got a whole bunch of foreign words on it. I have no clue what it says, but I bought this as an edible blood. I really haven't used it very much. This stains so bad. Once again, cheap bloods are gonna stain. But the, did I even say that we're talking about edible bloods? Yeah, so that's an edible blood, and this stuff is really runny like water. But this one is great if you need an edible blood. This is Ben Nye Dark Blood. This is edible. It's excellent for use in Ben Nye blood capsules. Dark blood is safe for the use of mouth. If your bottle doesn't say it's safe for your mouth, don't put it in your mouth. But this stuff is great because it has a minty taste and smell to it, so it doesn't taste disgusting like those little cheap blood capsules that you buy in the Halloween store. This one literally tastes like peppermint, so that's pretty cool. And this doesn't stain my mouth, and it doesn't stain your teeth either, so you brush your teeth and it comes out pretty easily. So now I'm going to show you guys some swatches of different textures of blood, and then we're going to get into the different colors of blood. Okay, so here are the three different blood options. So right here we have liquid blood. As you can tell, on bare skin, it kind of bunches up and looks like that. And then this is what the fresh scab looks. It is from Ben Nye. So it's just super thick, and you can tell as the thicker your blood is, obviously the more darker it's going to be, because it's kind of just building up color. So it's pretty much like having more product almost. So the thicker the blood, the darker the blood. And then here's your spray blood, which clearly runs everywhere because it is meant to be very, very runny and to drip. So you can also just kind of tap it out with a paper towel if you're using it on your face, and that will like stop the drips once you have them as far as you want them. Now I'm just going in with some Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water, and I'm just going to show you guys how bad they stain. So right here you can tell there really is no staining from the other bloods, but I used the spray blood ones to just spray like all down my neck and my face, and I took off all my makeup, got out of the shower, and I just had like blood drip stains all over me. So you can kind of tell where it stained down there. Even when I keep trying to scrub it, it does stain wherever it drips. Now let's talk about color. So pretty much colors go from like lightest to darkest. Obviously, the thinner the blood, the lighter the blood, unless you get a thin blood that's meant to be dark, like the Ben Nye Dark Blood. So I guess we'll start from the darkest. So here we're going to talk about like the specific products. So this is Ben Nye Fresh Scab Blood. This is what it looks like right there. It is pretty dark. When you build it up more, it's going to look even darker because it's just sitting on top of itself, and it gets thicker and it gets darker. So you can get these in little 1 ounce pots like this, or you can get them in big like 4, 5, 6 ounce pots, something like that, which is definitely what I need to get. So the next darkest blood I have is the Mayron Coagulated Blood Gel. This stuff's pretty cool. It comes with like a stick, literally, and this stuff does come with more product. Oh no, that's 1 fluid ounce too. It just seems to kind of last me longer. I don't know why. Probably because I reach for the scab blood a lot more often. But this stuff is like significantly lighter than the scab blood. But same thing, when you build it up, you can make it kind of darker. The next blood I have is Ben Nye Dark Blood. This one's pretty similar to the Mayron Coagulated Blood when it comes to color. So when you swatch them right next to each other, they're pretty similar, except obviously this is a thinner blood. It spreads out more, and it's not supposed to have so much pigment almost. Not really the pigment, but it's just when you have a thicker blood, like I said, it thickens and it just like looks darker. So like it's thinner, it looks lighter. The lightest blood you can get is honestly like cheap Amazon blood, because they never are as realistic as good quality bloods. So this one is called Vampire Blood. It's this little tube. It was extremely ridiculously cheap, and it's just gonna look lighter, and it has a lot less pigmented. You can tell it almost looks like watered down. Sometimes I do Sometimes I do use this blood though when I have a large surface, like if I'm working on my chest or I'm working on like somebody's back. Like I'll use this blood because it's so cheap and I don't really mind wasting it. Once I have like all the details done and everything done, sometimes I'll go in with this, especially it's kind of convenient that it's in a tube, because like I said, if you're working on a large surface, you can just take it and like squirt it and then just let it drip. But oh wait, it's supposed to be right there. So there's that. There are going to be a lot more orange based, and it's going to look pretty orangey because it is so light. It doesn't have good dark red pigments in it, so it's a lot lighter, and it's a lot thinner, so it looks watered down and it doesn't look as realistic. Once again, this is another little cheap Amazon fake blood container, which I honestly like don't mind having some cheap bloods around because they are good, because they are so cheap. I don't mind just like squirting it everywhere and just like using a lot of it. So that's the only pros to the cheap bloods. I'm going to show you guys quickly what the mouth blood looks like in my mouth, because it's fun. And you can put it in your mouth. I like to just kind of like rub it on my teeth. You can, and that's what it looks like. Obviously you put it in your mouth, it looks more watered down, and it's going to look lighter than when it's on the skin, but it even tastes good. So that's what it looks like. It only lasts a couple seconds. It's cool for pictures, and that's about it. But or you can also put these into actual like empty blood capsules that they sell from special effects makeup websites. Don't use like empty pill capsules, because that's like not, I mean, I guess you can ingest them, but I don't know. It's just like they make special effects blood capsules meant for this purpose, to fill them with your own blood, and it's probably cheaper than buying actual blood capsules, and this stuff tastes way better. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. I hope it's quick, and if you did, like this video with a thumbs up, comment down below what you guys think, as well as subscribe to become a beauty and be part of our beautiful world. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye!